Some guys are able to move forward and build a whole second stage of their career. What did those two guys tell you about how to do it?
Well, with Dominique, that's who I've probably spoken to the most, and he just basically tells me to attack it. Once you realize you are healed, like, don't think about it. Just go forward.
The guys who weren't able to move forward past this injury, do you let that get into your thought at all?
Not at all. Not at all. One thing that Dominique also spoke on is, they don't know your heart. They don't know your drive. People that do know me, they know I'm very stubborn. I don't like to be proved wrong.
How have those parts of your personality really come forward in this last few months?
Gotten worse. A lot worse.
You're coming back more stubborn than you left us?
Absolutely.
Should the officials be concerned?
Nah, they're on my good side right now.
All right. You had one of the most tumultuous first 6 or 7 years in the NBA of anyone I can think of. And the question always hanging around you is it the Kings' fault? Is it Boogie's fault? Then you go to New Orleans, rave reviews out of the Pelicans locker room. You come to the Warriors, your teammates and coaches, great things to say about you. If you finish this year on that same tip with your coaches and teammates being so supportive of what a great guy you are to have around, do you think that's going to change a lot of the people who doubted you, their minds about you? Because there's organizations that said we wouldn't even trade for him.
Probably won't. But, I can't live worrying about what the next man thinks. I know who I am as a person. The people that matter around me know who I am. So, it is what it is.
You did get a technical this season.
Right.
On the bench in street clothes, which is very impressive, by the way.
Right.
But in general, the fiery side of your personality seems to fit in well with this team. You've got Draymond Green. And Coach Steve Kerr, he was just talking the other day about a game in Sacramento a few years ago where you stayed in the game. He's the one that got thrown out because he was going so crazy. And he said he looked and caught your eye.
We were kicking their ass. And, he was pissed. As they ejected him, we kind of caught eyes and I just kind of, gave him away. So, I don't think he could be too mad about that.
What does it mean to you that if you do get fiery and emotional on the court in this stint with the Warriors, you're surrounded by people who've gotten emotional on the court themselves?
I actually prefer teammates that have emotions. It means you care. Compared to a guy that's kind of just nonchalant and goes about it like it doesn't matter. So I want guys that care. I want guys that show they care. And that's something that the team does.
You should not be getting blown out. That's the bottom line.
We could be watching the last run for these Golden State Warriors.
There was a feeling at the start of the season that the Warriors were going to be a title favorite regardless, that you needed them more than they needed you. But then the season has gone along, and do you think it's shifted a little and they might need you a little more now, too?
Don't really pay attention to storylines. They're going to say what they have to say. They're going to have their opinions. We're the most hated team in sports, so...
You think you're the most hated team in sports? I would say that there are a lot of people in this country who love to hate the Yankees or the Cowboys.
Well, put us up there. I would say the Warriors are for sure. They hate Kevin, they hate me. I think the only guy they really like is Steph. They may hate him as well. They hate Draymond, but it is what it is. So I can't worry about that.
The bottom line is getting you back on the basketball court. When people hear Boogie's back, what should they know?
I'm back, and I'm not looking back. Moving forward, I'm leaving it on the floor every night, and I plan on coming back for that top spot.
Coming back for that top spot. Thank you to Boogie Cousins. Most hated team in sports. You buy that?
No, not in sports. Not at all.
NBA?
I think they have a couple of players. not team, no. There you go.
Well, let's get to on the court and the fit. How do you think, Tracy, this is going to work? You heard him say he thinks he's actually improved parts of his game since he's been out, but it's a lot of question marks left.
Well, I don't know how long it's going to take for him to gain his rhythm on the offensive end. That is the one thing that takes some time for a player to come back, is to gain offense of rhythm of being out so long. However, he could come back and do what he does best. That's rebounding. He could defend. He doesn't have to come in and be a savior for this team. Like, they're already great without him. If he could come in and provide great defensive protection at the rim, and he can be a great ball mover, a great passer, initiate the offense like Draymond Green, and rebound the basketball, I mean, that's all they need from him right now.
He is a proud all-star. Do you think he's going to be okay doing that, knowing that he's not going to get the same shot attempts and he's not going to be such a focal point of the offense?
I'm sure Steve Kerr has been talking to him throughout this season about what his role is, what he expects of him coming back. I'm sure they've been having those talks. So, yeah, I'm sure he's comfortable with that.
It's one thing to talk about it. It's another thing to experience it. It's just because, I mean, look, we've seen it. I'm going to give you the Boston Celtics, right? You can take the specific of Gordon Hayward and how long it's taken him to kind of work back into his rhythm, just like you said, Tracy. And also, all summer the Celtics talked about, we got a lot of pieces to fit in, we got a lot of talent, we all got to learn how to sacrifice. They all talk the talk. We're more than halfway through the season. They're still learning how to walk the walk.
They haven't won 3 championships.
Well, that's definitely true. But Boogie's never even been in a playoff game before. You're around this team every day, Nick. What do you think walking that walk is going to be like?
This is a real-life sports science project, guys, because there's always 2 parts to this all along for the Warriors. How does he fit in the locker room with the rest of the guys? All the guys really seem to like him. But then you say, okay, well, how is this going to play out on the floor? And one after another, players and coaches are kind of like, we'll see. And they're still going to win the title. I believe that wholeheartedly, no matter whether this works or it doesn't. But this group loves to push the pace and run up and down the floor. And Boogie, when he's at his best, he kind of likes to slow it down. Alvin Gentry noted last night he's a hell of a passer, so maybe he fits in early that way. But I have some serious doubts as to whether or not they're just going to drop him in and say, hey, Boogie, do your thing, man. And he's just going to get rolling early on. And if he's not rolling early on for a guy that wants to get paid big money and wants that extension after the season from somewhere, that's what I think the Warriors have a little bit of fear of. If he doesn't find his niche early, is he going to rock the boat a little bit internally?
Well, they're trying to make him feel good. His teammates are legit excited about him coming back. He's very well liked in that locker room right now. Draymond Green asked about Boogie's return. Here's what he said.
This is the last game without Boogie Cousins, and I know this is a real simple question, but what is about to change?
All hell about to break loose, so it's going to be fun.
Thank you, Draymond.
Thank you to Kareth Burke for that, and it's amazing because he's right. We just don't know how. All hell could be about to break loose for the Warriors, unleashed on the rest of the league, or like we've seen, everything internal with the Warriors has not been rosy. When you say, gee, what's going to happen if he starts to get frustrated? What is the fear? Because yes, this team's at this level. Can they be broken down at any point?
Yeah, I think they've shown that they can be for stretches, but I think they are way too talented and way too focused on repeating for the 3rd time to let anything derail them. The issue here is DeMarcus going to fit into what they already have in place? And if you're the Warriors and you're kind of rolling the dice here, you're leaning on Steph Curry big time. You're leaning on Draymond, who's been in his corner all along, saying, hey, this is our guy. He's going to do exactly what we need him to do. But you brought it up in the interview, Rach. DeMarcus needs the Warriors still more than they need him, because everything that they have going for him right now, he couldn't come in a better spot, because all the problems that were going on before, they're all gone. They're playing their best basketball of the year, and they feel great about where they're at in the moment.
And as a player, Tracy, he's got to know that this is such an opportunity. And I got to tell you, the guys I know in New Orleans, in Golden State, who've been around him, love the emotion. Absolutely. They love how much he plays the game and how much it's all out on the floor. If you were his teammate, even if it's up and down, how would you feel about him?
I would love playing with a guy like that. I mean, I played with Ron Artest.
Right.
So I know. I've played with guys like this before.
There you go. Steph Curry is a guy that teammates like playing with as well. The Curry flurry at Oracle Arena happened again last night. Steph, 23 points on 8 of 10 shooting in the 3rd quarter alone. 7 of 8 from three-point range. I mean, we've seen this so often. One thing I've loved about you, Nick, though, is that the guys who've been covering this team through this dynasty for the past 4.5 years, they're a little jaded on it. Nick became a day-to-day beat writer on the Warriors just this year. So there's been several nights where you'll tweet out, these guys are so good. It's so exciting to be around a team with this much talent. You're seeing it with new eyes a little bit when you're in the building for one of these. How much fun is it?
Yeah, get to Oracle right now. You've only got a couple more months left. It's unbelievable. It just continues to build. The first time, Rach, I ever saw Michael Jordan introduced at the United Center, it was just building and building and building. They say his name, everybody goes nuts. Steph hits 1-3 at Oracle. Whoa, Steph, is he going to get hot? He hits another one. He hit 7 last night in the third quarter. It is the basketball equivalent of going to Vegas, going to the craps table, and just hitting all night long. And everybody is going.
Look at this chart.
Insane.
It's just so much fun to watch. The players love it. The coaches love it. Steph loves it. And when you have the ability that he does to get hot and rolling and change your entire team's momentum in the course of a few minutes, it's an awesome display.
I mean, this is why this team is just so explosive, right? Because you have this guy who's changed basketball, right? You got teams out here that are drafting and trying to build teams because of Steph freaking Curry. Last night was just insane. And the night before, like I think he's found his rhythm, and these guys are, I think, and we talked about this off air. What got these guys going is when they got blown out, or when James Harden hit that shot against them in Golden State. And from that point on, they like, okay, you know, they see the Rockets coming, and they gave them a test last year, and they see what James Harden is doing. Steph Curry sees that as well, and we see, you know, the benefit of it.
I think they got so sick of listening to everybody saying, is this it? Is it all breaking apart?
Yeah.
And Steph got rolling. Draymond's playing the best basketball he's played all year
last night.
Yeah. Oh, and he let everybody know about it too.
If Draymond is making outside shots, forget it.
It's over.
This is like the TV show Don't Make Me Angry. I even like me when I'm angry. That's the Golden State Warriors. Coming up, we have a new candidate for Dunk of the Year to show you. You're going to want that. All-Star fan voting update is coming on this show. Breaking news with the televised draft. I'm so happy. But first, here's a distant replay. It's this date, the late Malik Sealy, 2000.